in favor of one-way roads and even trails. I mean, it is nice to pass someone on a trail, but you could always pass them on a trail nearby you, and you could have little spots that pull off the trail, and you could chat with them and stuff. So it's not like it would ruin the sociability of a trail. I do realize there's some advantage to facing people, not all walking the same way. But you could just have trails near each other, and it would work just fine. And then connect those up so that people can switch directions as needed. So this is the hardest design project I've ever had to deal with. And the way I'm thinking about it, I hope, is very unusual. I have the ability to do it not caring about the profit, short-term profit. Because I see like housing developments, and all they've done is stick as many units on it as they can. They've left no park. The zoning might not even allow for businesses there. And so you have to get in a car to get your supplies and stuff. And it's just like, that is a terrible design. I mean, why do you think people feel like slaves? Why do you think they feel so disassociated? Why do you think they don't know their neighbors? And they don't need to know their neighbors because there's no economic reason for them to have anything to do with each other. It's designed for people to be separate, lonely, and good slaves. That's what most urban design is. I want to turn that on its head. Well, that's my task. It's going to take me days. Did I turn this fucker off? No, I did not. Gotta save battery. And then when the drone map comes in, I will overlay my KML. God, how many days is it going to take me to walk all this? I don't know, we'll find out. But it's going to be like 3-4 days of maybe 3 to 4 hour walks each. Let's call it 16 hours. That's not that bad. That's nothing. Except that a lot of it you can't get to. That's annoying. But this will also help me with my bulldozer planning for making a really hard decision, which will give me my fire brakes back. And I'm thinking of a road like right over there that I'm not sure it should exist. I mean, maybe it'll just become a trail. It's fine. I mean, I don't even think you can walk across it right now. It's all grown over. But I'm going to make some changes. The fact that a road is where it is now does not imply at all that that's where it should be. So every road has to get questioned. And then the use of that road/trail, you could determine what kind of traffic it has. And then what's going to develop out of that is these blobs of like community spaces, each one of which will have their own identity and type of people and type of functions, and it'll connect up with the ones around it in different ways. God damn, I want to live in that place. That's where I want to live. And it could handle a lot of people, whether it's 150 or it could be up to 600 for all I know. I mean, there's a town near here, and just my forest is bigger than that town. And that town has 400 people in it, and it's not designed the way I'm talking about. Most of the buildings are one-story buildings. I think that's a waste of ground space. If you're going to have a one-story building, why not have 2, 3? A pattern language. The book, A Pattern Language? Is it A Pattern Language or The Pattern Language? I'm not sure. But it's architectural classic. And they say that buildings should be maximum of 3 stories. I tend to agree. Of course, there's exceptions. And also, if you dig down, you could have an understory. So the upper part's 3 stories, but then underneath that, there's another floor. So you go with 4 stories. And occasionally, you have a tower somewhere or something that breaks the rule. The rule isn't a religious rule. It's a general thing that buildings should be 3 stories. And I would add to that, and the book doesn't mention this, is that buildings should connect to other buildings on multiple levels. And that all the buildings should have portals or porches. Not all of them, not everywhere, It's expensive to have that exist, but that allows people to live outside. And I want to have people living outside in the air. It's better, it's healthier. And then outside those buildings, I want outbuildings so that people can go out and be very comfortable away from the building. So we're encouraging people to get out of the building. I don't want the density. I mean, when you think of a city building like I'm talking about, it sounds horrible, doesn't it? And, you think about noise and stuff. But no, I want insulation between, areas and units. I want it to be modular so that you can change where walls are at even. I don't want to do that all the time. But if you do them straw bale and cob, then you can just cut a wall out and decide, okay, well, you bought that room from this other person or whatever. I don't know. Hi, honey. You want to go for walking? Not talking on video? Yeah. Hi, little dog. You want to come here? Here. Why don't you say hi on the camera? Nobody's watching this. It's too long. Only a weird architecture geek would watch this. Hi. Oh, your little heart's beating. Yeah, that's a camera. Everyone loves you. Do you understand that? There's people out there. They're looking at you. Yeah. She's actually a very happy dog. She spends her time bouncing around a lot. But if I pick her up and stick her in front of this thing, she gets a little bit nervous. Like, hi, why is that? You a shy girl? Mwah. Come here, go play. See, now she's all happy. She's not very camera friendly, I guess. I could change that. Maybe I could hold her up to the camera and give her snacks. Like, give her positive reward. Yeah, anyway, good luck in your designs in your life. Judge me slowly on mine. I'm not really interested in your negative judgments. I know a lot of things I'm thinking are real weird. They're not normal. But imagine it. Imagine if we could live in a forest and not destroy it, but enhance it. That's the fundamental slogan. Enhancing the forest by being near it. Not just extracting everything out of it, although there's a relationship there we can have with the forest where we are extracting a lot, but we're also giving a lot. And overall biomass should be actually coming into the forest, not leaving it. So every time somebody buys food from the outside and brings it in, well, that's going to become compost one way or the other. So we can be creating water for birds. I mean, I got a lot of projects to increase wildlife and also control my damn dogs because they reduce wildlife, which I'm not that sad about because some of the wildlife is kind of a pain in the ass. But we'll see what happens. Wish me luck.